Okay, well, welcome to our Labor Day Saturday get-together. Today is a really important Saturday because it's actually our birthday, not Nancy and my birthday. It's our company's birthday. I say that in a way that's fun because many of you in your early days of your maybe relationships and so on like that, you would hear your significant other say, hey, it's our 1 month anniversary, or it's our 6 week anniversary. And you built on that until eventually it went on to be a very successful relationship or not. Well, folks, today we're on month 2 of the Collect Direct World launch, right? Which was back in August 1st of 2023. And many of you that are on the Zoom are part of that original founding group of folks that decided in August to lock arms with Dave and Joyce Jordan, like ourselves, my wife, Nancy Carson, and myself, Don Carson, and move forward. So we're on month 2. So we get to share with you some progress that we've made and where we're going in month 2 and where we're going in month 3, which will be October 26th, 7th, and 8th in Sioux Falls, South Dakota for our very first event for those of you that qualify for it. And so today is really exciting because if you're new and you're a guest, let me just share this with you. This is the most important thing I can share with all of you. This is a category creator. This is a home-based business that truly gives you an opportunity to lock arms with entrepreneurs that have for 40 years plus created a vision. And when you think of a vision, the vision is to do something nobody's ever done before is always an opportunity in business to be in a winning position. Many of you that we've had a chance to chat with, we have exactly said those words to us. I've been involved in nutrition companies in the network space, which are great. I'm a nutrition user. My wife's a nutrition user. We love it. But there's 800 of those companies out there comparing what they have with a different label and a different message and a different marketing pitch, right? Nothing wrong with that. I encourage all those companies to have success. But this company has no competition. This company has never been done before, and it's a category creator. So what do we mean by category creator? Again, I'm speaking to all of you that might see this as a brand new person. Think about this. When you can take a shopping mall of collectibles from the world that have arrived into warehouses in the United States over 40 years, being saved and collected properly so that one day a mining effort could happen in each of those boxes, open them up, sort them, snap pictures of them, grade them, and put them on a marketing shopping mall that somebody could point, click, and share to. And if anybody bought any of those items, you could earn a commission. My light bulb says, I need to know more. Because here's the thing that you have to understand about being in business. Traditional business today is tough. Banks are not handing money out like they used to. In fact, the employers are demanding more than they used to. When you talk about the amount of money they want per hour, when you talk about the amount of time they want to put into their day and the amount of time they expect that you're going to reward them for in holiday time, and then they don't show up for work, but they come to you the next day and say, well, I just didn't feel good yesterday. All of those things in traditional business cause a complete different reward for you at the end of your year end, because you're the risk taker now. If you're in most traditional type businesses, you're taking the loans out, you're signing the personal guarantees, you're paying the rent, you're paying the overhead, and you're obviously hiring the professional people, lawyers, accountants, to do the things you need to protect you, number one, and number two, to be able to help you earn whatever you feel you're worth in your business. That's the traditional world, but it's changing. All of the businesses out there that have actually done so many successful things in the past, right, are finding it harder and harder to do that. Part of it is because of the world that we're in right now. Speaking to all of you from Lake of the Woods, Canada, and guess what? You're in Australia, you're in the United States, you're in Canada, and some of you are overseas right now waiting for this country to open up there. Well, what do we mean by that? Canada, the United States, and Australia were the chosen 3 to help launch this company. August was our setup month. When we talk setup month, we talk about learning what the system's going to work like from a collectible sort and pack system, from a shipping system, from a commissionable system. And for many of you, can you imagine to be able to look ahead 25 years and say, I was there August 2023? Well, for those of you that are here in September, you're still part of our founding organization. Why? Because we are truly in the ground floor of something that we believe is going to be huge. So I'm going to share some numbers with you. Dave Jordan is a CEO entrepreneur that came from launching another company that he did over $400 million in his 8 years that he did that. He sold the company and decided to go to his passion which started when he was a young man, and his dad and other influencers on him said, man, let's go collect these things. And Dave got into the trading world of hockey cards and baseball cards, and amassed over those 40 years from the time he was 15 and opening stores and doing the things he's done to have what we know is one of the largest collections privately owned by anybody in the world. Now, he's not the top, doesn't mean that he has to be, but he could be. And that's not for me to say, but imagine this. Each and every one of you have the ability to point, click, and share his collection around the world. What does that mean to you? You could earn what's called a retail reward if anybody purchases, and or you could build a team of affiliates we call independent representatives that could share that same website. The result of that is team building. And many of the folks that you see on this illustration of this Zoom and others that will come and watch the recording are team builders that want to earn and learn in a brand new category, and it's in the collectible industry. My wife, Nancy, and I have an opinion on this industry, and it was interesting. At the beginning, Nancy, you didn't know and see what I saw, and your eyes got opened by friends that you asked questions of. So maybe share your thoughts on the collectible industry, what you know already.
Well, I don't know anything about collectibles, but I do know about what people feel is worth something to them and something that they're passionate about. And I said to Dawn, I was discussing this with one of the girls that I work out with, and her husband collects hockey cards and baseball cards. And she says, well, I'm not really interested in the business opportunity, but she says, if you ever get access to one of those Mickey Mantle cards, I'd be totally interested in buying one of those. And I came home and I said to Dawn, I said to Edith, like, do you have any idea what that's worth? And she says, do you have any idea what a great investment collectibles are? And it was just like an aha moment. She says, I'm literally going to buy it, give it to my husband. He's going to put it in a safe, and that's going to end up with our kids one day. And I was just like, okay, I get it. I'm seeing this. The whole treasure box is making sense to me.
Well, and then you had another interesting story with your girlfriend you grew up with. What did her dad do your entire childhood?
Well, he was like a scout leader. And I mean, when we were kids, we always thought that that was sort of a Dudley Do-Right thing. And he'd go off to these scout jamborees and he'd come back with pins and badges and all kinds of things. And I never thought anything of it. And when her father passed away, she says, I ended up selling just one of those jamboree pins, she said, for enough money to put my twin girls through university. So, and I was just like, wow.
So we can never guarantee anything that's going to go up in value, right? Because that is not any of our mindset. But I can tell you this, it's a time capsule. You never know. There are people that will put their items they buy on Collect Direct for their grandkids and their grandkids' kids. And who knows? The beautiful thing, as we say here, is we're a category creator. We're not trying to tell you we're creating the newest potion and lotion. We're saying we're taking tried and true tangible items and letting you do what you want with them. Either sell them, promote them, or save them in your own personal treasure chest. That's the concept. That's what we've been doing for the last 7 months. Dave Jordan, his wife Joyce, his team, myself, Nancy, and I, just getting a chance to build the date August 1st. Now we're in month 2. So let's talk about that. You're here now, folks, and there's going to be on our shopping cart launching soon. Currently, we've done a sample program. We only charge $9.98. We're talking a $10 bill, less 2 cents, once a year to be a member of Collect Direct. And what does that give you? Well, it's privilege. Privilege to point, click, and share our shopping cart. The shopping cart will have, as of right now, officially over 8,000 SKUs of products. When I talk SKUs of products, we're talking millions and millions, tens of millions of dollars worth of inventory for you to share. That means you don't buy tens of millions of dollars of inventory. You can point, click, and share those items. And if somebody buys it, as Nancy says, their desire is that they want a Smurf, or they want a Jurassic Park figure, or a Barbie doll, or a Cabbage Patch, or a hockey card, or a baseball card, or something from NASCAR, or the world of Lionel Trains and albums of like 45s, vinyl records, coins, stamps. Use your imagination. They're all going to be there. Currently 8,000. But there's more. Dave's goal, he asked me to share with all of you, is that by the end of this year, he'll be at 25,000 to 50,000 SKUs. Folks, eBay has 135 million customers. The United States alone has an estimated 200 million collectors in some houses, collecting something. We're talking cups, hats, t-shirts, logos, whatever. That's our audience. So when we talk about ground floor, I don't know of any opportunity in my world for $10, less 2 cents, $9.98, you could be in business with a multi-zillionaire, Dave Jordan, who is opening up his vault of 40 years of collectibles and saying, let's have at it.
I just want to correct the multi-zillionaire thing, because I just watched that Pepsi Cola ad commercial where at the end they said, for this many Coke things or redemption things, you could get this M16 plane and land it at school.
Right.
And I'm going, so be careful. Multi-zillionaire doesn't exist, but neither did they think that anyone would literally take
that was an interesting documentary.
Interesting documentary. So I just want to clarify.
Okay.
That Don was talking googly garbage.
Yeah. Thank you for setting the multi-zillionaire point across officially. That's why we make a good team. Okay. Let's go through some history real quick. Okay. The month of August. What did we accomplish? Well, let me just say, Dave has hired some of the most incredible customer service people I've had the pleasure to work with. They're up and running. Some of the knowledge that I had, I've been able to pass on to them so that they can continue to do what they do independently. I'm not anything to do with corporate. We're an independent representative just like you, but they're stars. I've heard from you folks now how happy you are with the response time. The line we call a support ticket, there's like 3 as of yesterday. They're answering them within 24 hours. They're doing what they got to do. The things they can't get done, they're going to the coders and they're working hard to get it solved. Folks, we are all in this to win it. Teamwork gets the dream to work, and we're here. We're there. That was August. Then we just talked about the fact we went from having a sample program where we had 11 and 12 categories for $278.78. And the Dave Jordans of the world says, I don't do this to make money, folks. I'm doing this to get our system to work. And so some of you bought a package of something, got it, and had a home run in it. I mean, I've seen it. People say, I got this, I got that, I've got it graded. It's incredible. But that's not the point of our original August sample program. It was about getting a tax-deductible write-off for you to set your business up, teach you how our system is going to work on our compensation plan, and allow us, the company, to get good at what we want to do as we open up the shopping cart of 8,000 items. That's a lot of work in behind that. Where are each of those 8,000 items going to be located in those 3 warehouses? How are their team going to be able to pick and pack them within a reasonable point of time? That's what August was all about. So September is the coming out party of our shopping cart. The date of that could be anywhere between the next 5 days to the next 10 days. He says between the 10th and the 15th. But folks, it's totally in Dave's world and his team that's advising him when he pushes that button. So let's talk about the 3 buckets going forward. So samples are still available. Those of you that choose to buy a sample order right now, do a box break, open it up, say, wow, look what I got. You create enthusiasm. That's still available until officially we turn that off. And that could happen sometime by that shopping cart date. So continue to promote with the shopping samples if you like. I would recommend that, because here's why. Officially, our room block will be announced for you to go to the link in the next week, but it's $159 for those of you that want to attend for a room per night in Sioux Falls, South Dakota on the 26th, 7th, and 28th of October. In order to attend that event, you're going to need to have reached the superstar collector level in rank. See, Collect Direct does not let you buy a rank. You have to earn it by the team effort and the promotion of your customers and your members. The volume, called qualifying volume, is what moves you up the ranks in Collect Direct. We're getting very good at duplicating that process and duplicating that with our trainings and so on, because we're all learning as well. But I can promise you this, that the code in our compensation plan has been tweaked very shortly so that those of you that believe you should be a superstar will be upgraded to a superstar. What does it take to be a superstar collector? It's 400 qualifying volume on your left, 400 qualifying volume on your right. When I say left, right, it's team 1, team 2. For those of you that don't know what a left or a right is, it's a team 1 and a team 2. And you have to personally have encouraged what's called an enrollment qualifying volume in one of your legs, a minimum of 100. So just use this as a quick example where you're at right now, for those of you who are wondering. If you brought 2 people in that bought sample packs, that's 400 qualifying volume. And then on your other leg, somebody else start putting people in there, that's group volume, qualifying volume, but it's not enrollment qualifying volume. You have to contribute to that. So you may have 400 QV on one side and 400 QV on the other, but do you have the 100 that you are required to bring in by your efforts, right? That's why this is so compliant and why this is so strong for us as a company. We're doing everything to encourage customer acquisition. It's just that currently we just have a sample for our membership. When we turn on the shopping cart, have at it. The customer volume counts the same as member volume, and you can move yourself up the ranks based on the efforts of your team members and all of those. Today, I just wanted to touch on, if you're wondering how you get to Superstar to qualify to go to our event, and what is our event going to allow you to do? Free entry. Dave's not charging for the very first event. And Dave is going to be, and Joyce are going to be putting on a beautiful dinner to celebrate for all of you and to recognize your efforts with some gifts that'll be there for our initial founders. But you got to be a Superstar collector. So always ask me if you have questions where you're at. If you need help, you can send me an email to dcarson@excitedcollector.com, and I'll do my best to answer it in a very timely fashion. Meanwhile, support is already up and running. They'll know the answers now. They're very good at getting back to you. That's where we're at now. So let's keep going. Dave just recently bought 2 more big collections, okay? For all of you to point, click, and share. Okay, whoa. My $10 that I bought, less 2 cents, $9.98, gives me a year membership, and I get websites that I get to share this inventory, and I don't have to buy any more inventory to add to that shopping cart, because guess what? Dave's doing it on a regular basis. Yes, that's the advantage of having a partner, like a massive collector like Dave Jordan in your corner. So he added 2 more. Some of the things that are on that newest collections, for example, are 10,000 licensed photos, right, of athletes and so on. Like, for example, for us Canadians, a Canadian woman's star was Hayley Wickenheiser. And that photograph you're going to be able to frame and do something with in your she cave or your man cave, right? All of that is happening as we speak. He also added hockey pucks, mugs, all kinds of novelty sports-related items, keychains, and so on that are coming to the website soon. But he's not going to put them all on immediately. Just remember that sometime at the end of the year, there'll be 25,000 to 50,000 different SKUs with millions and millions and millions of dollars in inventory behind it. So that's happening. That happened this week, okay? There's an app that will be ready and a part of your $10, $9.98 that you've paid one time at our October event. It will be launched there. And part of that app, folks, is going to be connected to a very unique promotional category that you're going to allow you be able to purchase items, right, that you can give away, but you're buying them, so you're making the purchase, right? So actual collectibles that'll be in there that you're going to be able to do at sporting events, and do at events, and hand out with your label on there. That's coming, and that'll be attached to the app so that it keeps track of who opens up your link. All being done right now, ready for October 26th. Let me also say that the lead capture scenario that we're doing is all coming together for all of you, but I want you to understand that Dave is planning for the October event for all you that are there to do a podcast. He's working on the details, and he's going to open something that's going to drive some traffic. And fair or not fair, man, it's like we said, show up, you go up. Those that are able to be at that event, whatever leads come into that event will be shared with the people that'll be at that event. Dave is a giver. He is all about making sure that there's an equal playing field. And that's why our compensation plan has a philosophy that says you can earn more money, some money more often, right? And we're not saying you can make a penny with CollectDirect. Remember that. We say that all the time. There's no guarantee you're going to make money here. But if you try hard enough, you go and attend and you learn, you have a great chance. So that event is going to be a very unique opportunity for you to get some leads and also learn from the experts in the collectible space, understand what being in business means, and get some motivation on just getting out of your own way. That's our event in October. So let me just also say that Dave wanted me to share a little bit about the Dugout and what that really means for all of you networkers, okay? So when I say networker, I mean truly the independent representatives. Every one of you that spend the $9.98 to join Collectrek as a member, you're an entrepreneur. You're learning with all of us. You're earning what you choose to earn based on your efforts. And obviously, you have now the ability to take part in 3 different buckets of purchases and sharing. Our compensation plan rewards on all of those buckets, but truly, I want you to understand there's going to be a Dugout category for you to purchase from as a member. There'll be a You Pick category that you can purchase from as a member, and there'll be a high ticket item category that you can market and purchase as a member. Each of your customers can do the same thing except the Dugout. The Dugout is only for members, okay? And so when you learn about that, and you're going to learn very shortly on the Dugout, there are, at this point, 100 items. And the items that are on there are what Dave is going to call his stock items that he wants to encourage you to get going on and let us enthusiastic entrepreneurs have the biggest opportunity to build volume with. Legos will be in there, coins will be in there, beer cans will be in there, comic books will be in there, Pokemon will be in there, all of the sport categories will be in there, promotional items will be in there. And when I talk about that, I'm going to tell you this. You're going to pick 1 to 2 maximum of each of those, so maybe 1 or 2 comic books or whatever it's valued at, out of 10. So 10 items in a Dugout purchase for $100, $99.98. Why 98? Many of you heard this before. 1998 is when Dave had this first idea to start a collectible network marketing company. So we're always going to use 98 in our pricing, okay? But it's basically $100. You're going to get 100 BV as a member. What does that do for you? Well, if you understand cycling in the dual team strategy, you need 100 on one side and 200 on the other to make $20 in what we call a cycle. Well, that goes pretty quickly when you have $300 worth of Dugout purchases to get you a cycle. So you're going to be able to build really quickly with the Dugout if you choose. And I think it's going to be the most duplicatable leadership training piece that Dale and Rick and others and the Jackies of the world and the Gales of the world, they're all going to understand the concept of 100 BV for $100. What does that do for you? Okay. You're also getting a fast start on that. Folks, I want you to think about this for a second. If we pay you a fast start when you buy a voluntary loyalty, a voluntary program that you might call an auto ship, guess what? Collectrek does not have a mandatory auto ship, a mandatory loyalty. Get in where you fit in. All the volume can qualify you can come from your organization and your customers. But if you want to duplicate volume, personally, I'm going to see myself buying the Dugout every month, and I'm going to duplicate that. Doesn't mean I have to, but I want to duplicate that. Why? Because I want the volume to grow so I can help my team members grow their volume and cycle and matching checks and so on. So the Dugout is for us entrepreneurs, which means all of you and independent representatives only. 100 for 100 and a fast start being paid, not only on the first order, but on the second order. The numbers will change from first to second, but you'll have details on that coming. And understand this, 100 BV cannot be what we put the Dugout into our global share. For those of you that understand the global share, you need 400 BV to earn a share. What's a share? 1% of the company volume in the month of September. The amount of people that actually generate 400 worth of business volume from their team would get a share. And that percentage might be $10, $50, $100, $800. Doesn't matter. It depends on how many shares get earned. But the Dugout does not count for 100 towards the global share. It counts for 40. So that's one thing we're calling the Dugout volume. It's a DBV, Dugout BV, right? And that means 40 BV from each of your Dugouts in your team members counts for 40, which means you need 10 Dugouts to count as a global share. I wanted to point that out to all of you because there's a lot of thought going into this so that our plan can pay what Dave has designed it to pay forever. One thing you'll understand about Dave Jordan is he never reduces a compensation plan. He always wants to add to it. Like we have number 8 that you'll see on the comp plan that says coming soon. That's our promotional part of our comp plan that is going to come with our customer rewards. More customers, the more recognition we plan to give you. Customers are the lifeblood of the network marketing industry. And I honestly believe we are all in this to win it. So obviously the customer part of our program is what we all want to duplicate. So the Dugout is a big part of where we're going with our company. And I just want you all to understand that it's being designed for the networkers to be able to duplicate volume and actually get good pieces, time capsule pieces they can save. But Dave will do that. Now, there's one more part of Dave's plan that he wanted me to share with you today. And he is on the highway listening right now. He's going to be offering promotional opportunities throughout the year. Now, in the retail world, which I have a traditional company, we regularly every quarter run a sale weekend. We regularly will give people a chance to say, hey, this weekend only for 3 days, 30% off. This weekend only, you can get 2 for 1, whatever. Dave's putting that marketing strategy together for different parts and times of the year. We are actually, as a company, and I believe with all my heart, this is what you all want Dave and his team to do, putting a calendar of promotional things for each of us to build on. Look, when I look at 118 people on a Zoom on a Saturday of the long weekend, I'm blown away that you're all here. And I know the hundreds that'll watch this after. But folks, can you imagine how many people are in the organizations from this Zoom and from other things we're doing after the October event? Well, where are we going to lead in 2023? We're going to lead to 2024, where we're going to have a regional event in Canada, in Australia, and then a global national convention. And at that convention or before, at each regional event, there'll be other countries added. It's all based on legal efforts and the timing that we can handle the growth. You're all in the ground floor, folks, and we're excited to be here with all of you. So, today's call was to share with you that we had a great first month. I can tell you this, in the first month of Dave's last company, this company, he did 3 times more than he did in that company in his first month. Use that and think about what I'm going to say now. This is our forecast. He did $400 million in his last company in 8 years. Dave told me to share with all of you the goal of our corporate team is that he expects fully to be able to do that same 400 million in the next 2 to 3. That's the timing of the growth we're expecting. But if we don't do this strategically, you could hit $1 billion in 1 year, and I'm not sure any company can handle that. So we have got a strategic plan as a corporate team, which we're just independent reps like you, that has a plan to grow this at a pace that you all can learn and earn. And as I see Matt grading right now on the Zoom, I mean, that's what you're seeing is an effort by a team that are working their tails off for all of you. And honestly, folks, I've never been part of something like this before. And Dave, I don't know, dude, if you want to just say something to these people. You're driving. I know Joyce is handling the phone while you're driving, but come off mute, buddy. If you want to just say hello to everybody and just wish everybody a happy Labor Day long weekend, go right ahead if you have a chance.
Yeah, Don, can you hear me okay?
Perfectly. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, no, great job. Your vision is spot on of my vision. And I'm working around the clock. So Joyce, I took a couple days, went to see my mom, my brother-in-law, his family. We're heading back now, and I'm recharged for another 30 for another 30 days. And I'm just telling you, going into this October, it's scary where we're going now. You mentioned earlier about the pucks and the 8x10s and all this stuff and that. It was a big company, and I was talking to the guy, and he wanted to piecemeal it and sell this and sell that. I said, look, CollectDirect's a company that buys it all. So if you wanna sell it all to me, then I'll buy it and we'll work it out. And this guy did it. And like I said, we have another guy that bought out. It's been incredible what we're doing, and people are worried about, product this, product that. Can we get this? Can we get that? I love it when people come to me and say, hey, are we going to do glass figurines? Are we going to do Hallmark ornaments? I know Dale Culvert's wife's a big Hallmark ornament collector. So what we did is we took a week, Don. and we put like 1,000 choices or 500 choices in the mall, and we're going to add another 1,000 over the next 3 months of that particular product. So I just know this, like you said, we don't want to go to 1 billion right now. We want to grow with the people that are on here that want to grow with us, and we want to grow. I wouldn't say slow, but we want to grow so we know that the volume can be handled as we put it all together. And every day, I mean, every day you could double it. I mean, every day you can look at it and say, you know, our customer support's going to be fabulous because we learned a lot with our last company. And, you know, here's the thing, Don, you guys are great. Nancy, you're awesome. I mean, I couldn't pick a better team to lead the people, to lead the cavalry, to lead the people to where we're going, Don. You guys are fabulous. Go enjoy the day. And I'm going to finish driving home here with my wife and, you know, talk about family and stuff like that. And I'm just excited all the way around, Don.
Well, Dave, we as a group on this Zoom and those that watch the recording after just want to say thank you to you and Joyce for giving your vision actually to a world that's on the Zoom and saying, guys, go dream again. We're going to work together to give you a chance to do what we call point, click, share, a shopping mall of items, and give you an overhead of $10 based on your membership. But then you go and do what you need to do. Buy your business cards. You go and do what you need to do in your local market. Find out from your accountant what you can and cannot do. And we're going to teach you some of that at that event, Dave. But you know what? Thank you. Thank you from Nancy and I. Thank you from the team here. We don't want to open it up to questions today. I just want you to know I've heard from them. I'm sure you have now. They are sure proud of you, Nancy. I mean, it's been a lot of fun. We're going to be with you guys on the 11th, Dave and Joyce, for some work we want to do together. But we are just so darn happy to be here at this time in our lives, for sure.
Looking forward.
Don, one thing I want to say, Don, when you come in here, wait till you see the library. Wait till you see how we organize all this product. It looks like you're walking into a mini Amazon, you know. Matt and the team, they've just totally, Jason, they've just totally organized it with Marv to where you're walking into a mini Amazon. I mean, we can't screw it up. I mean, it's that amazing. I mean, we literally got a facility that puts everything into a library, that puts everything in order. So when somebody orders 7 items, that order could be fulfilled within a minute. And that's what's exciting about CollectorX. So with that, Don, sorry for interrupting you, but you guys are fabulous. Nancy, awesome. And go enjoy your party and make sure the deck can hold 100 people, you know?
Well, that's tomorrow when we have our football game. Actually, I had to hold this up because I'm a huge Bomber fan and you guys don't know what Bombers are, but one of my friends brought this to our party. That's our team logo. It's called the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, and that's tomorrow. It's a great party on our dock. So you guys have a great rest of your long weekend. I hope today gave you a little bit more vision. Get ready for getting to Superstar. Those codes are being tweaked. You might already be there. That'll grandfather you back and get you there if you're already brought in your 2 on the left and your 2 on your right. And again, that's not our philosophy going forward. It's just that's how we launched with these sample programs. Question is, can I buy another sample program in the month of September? The answer is yes. You will be able to. That code is happening as we speak. And Dave's going to make a decision how long he'll carry that on, because ultimately there's so many items to pick from. We don't need the sample program to teach and train the staff anymore. We just need you to get excited. So thanks for joining us. You guys have a great rest of your Labor Day long weekend. From Nancy and I, we think you guys are amazing. And thanks for being so supportive of what we're trying to do here to get you to think big ticket for the future for all of you. Take care. Have a great weekend.